I gotta make sure it's live this time. So I think we good. What's popping with the population? You already know what it does, so you ain't gotta ask what it was. It's your man's Mr. Say It 3 times, RJ the poet. You already know it. Coming at y'all live and direct with another day 5 of diving deep into this self-care, this self-work, this method of mirror work. And so, if you're coming in, I just want y'all to know, I hope y'all having a wonderful day. Blessed, grateful, and thankful to see this new day, making it your bitch. Beautifully insightful, then changing history. Yes, indeed. And again, we're back at it again for day 5. I'm gonna give y'all a quick overview of what to expect in this video. And so what I'm gonna explain to you is the method of what mirror work is. So a lot of you may be familiar with it, but you just didn't know the title or that there was a label to it. So I'm explaining what it is, the method of it, the purpose of it, the principles and the steps of how to do mirror work, and then I'm gonna share my 5 affirmations with you for today. Excuse me. So before we dive into that, I just want to share my personal purpose of doing this series, the purpose of it, my hope, and what I welcome, in addition to sharing some benefits that I've noticed with respect to practicing this mirror work for myself. What's popping? Eat my fancy. What's popping? And so my purpose, the purpose of this series, is to introduce a method of healing called mirror work to those who are familiar with it and explain it for those who have never heard of it before. So again, like I said before, some of you may know what mirror work is. Y'all may not have ever heard of this being labeled this way or the title of it being this way, but I'm going to explain that to you, and that's the purpose of this series, is to explain to you exactly what it is. I appreciate the love, for real. My hope is that those who watch these videos find the information I share beneficial and feel encouraged to practice mirror work for themselves. I want you to feel encouraged to do this and practice this work without shame, without fear, without relentlessly do it. You feel me? Just do it without any, do it without remorse. Do it unapologetically. So that's my hope, is that you find some benefits from these videos, and then that you actually feel encouraged to actually practice mirror work for yourselves. Or even if you don't practice mirror work, to actually just go down your own journey towards practicing self-work, self-development, and healing yourself. And I welcome all feedback and look forward to your stories of the experiences you have embarking on this journey. The greatest reward, as I shared before yesterday, is that receiving your feedback, receiving your experiences, your stories that you share with me are the greatest reward that I can receive. I would love to know what your experience is like on this, as you embark on this journey, or as you continue down this path. We're all going to reach the same destination, but I would love to hear about your experiences as you go through these experiences. Share your experiences as you go through or go down this path on this journey, excuse me. So, with that being said, I want to share some benefits that I noticed when I'm practicing mirror work, or as I've been practicing mirror work. I want to share some benefits that you may notice as you continue to do this over a prolonged period of time. And I want to share some of these benefits with you. The first one is your self-esteem and confidence will increase. That's without a doubt. You practicing these affirmations with yourself, looking yourself face to face in the mirror and affirming yourself with things that are very much truthful and authentic to you, you're going to notice your self-esteem is going to go up, your confidence is going to go up. Without a shadow of a doubt, you're going to feel some changes occur within yourself, to where you know that when you, just the way that you walk, the way you move, it's just going to be different. The way that you handle yourself, the way that you carry yourself, it's just going to be different. It's going to be noticeable. And that's one of the benefits of practicing this self-work. Another benefit, you will begin to maintain eye contact during conversations a lot longer. So as you practice maintaining eye contact with yourself in the mirror, at first it might be a little bit awkward because you're probably not used to maintaining eye contact with people that you have conversations with in different settings. But as you continue to do this self-work, then you will begin to maintain eye contact a lot longer than you may even notice. You feel me? So in that maintenance of eye contact that you'll be having, that is also going to display a sense of confidence that you have within the things that you're sharing with people. So That's another benefit. You will begin to maintain eye contact during conversations a lot longer. Your focus on one action at a time will increase. Your focus will increase for sure. Spending 5 minutes a day, every day, anytime, at any part of the time that works best for you, your focus is going to increase because you're actually setting aside time to do one specific action, not being distracted, not allowing yourself to be disturbed while you're doing these, sharing these affirmations with yourself. Your focus is going to increase, and as a result of your focus increasing, you're going to be able to apply that same focus, that same level of energy towards other actions, other projects that you have. That it's just going to show. It's just going to show on its own. You'll notice, but your focus for sure is going to increase. The next benefit, you begin to find and or strengthen your voice, your authentic voice. You will definitely begin to find and strengthen your authentic voice. If you don't know what that means, let me kind of give you a quick overview of what that's like. A lot of us, when we speak, we're probably speaking from, as artists, I think artists will probably have a better familiarity with this. And that is basically just saying, like, you're probably speaking from another person's perspective. You're probably speaking from another person's research, or using their voice in a sense. And so with this work, the benefit that you'll have from doing this self-work is that you will begin to find and or strengthen your own voice. So that can be just, and I'm just saying, just on a surface, on a full spectrum. Just being able to speak to somebody, you'll have your own voice. You'll strengthen your own voice when it comes to sharing information, speaking about the things that you desire, and going after those things. You'll strengthen your voice in that fashion. And then for those who don't know, who haven't found their voice, you will find your voice as you're speaking to yourself when you're practicing this work. You'll find your voice because it's just inevitable. You're going to be saying this to yourself for 5 minutes a day, and the only result that you're going to have is to find your voice. What's up with it, bro? Another benefit that I've noticed is that you will show gratitude more for the smaller things in life. The smaller details in life, you will begin to show more gratitude for those things. And that can just be from the moment that you wake up, the fact that you have your senses, the fact that you can see, the fact that you can think, the fact that you can speak, smell, taste, touch, feel, and just do things consciously. You will begin to notice and show gratitude for a number of different things that you probably weren't showing gratitude for before. So, at least for me, I feel like that's a great benefit that you will have, is showing gratitude for more of the smaller things in life. And the last benefit that I've noticed so far, that I think that a plethora of you will have, is that you will become more inspired to go after the desires you have. You'll be more inspired. You'll feel more motivated to go after the things that you have, with that confidence, with that focus, with that energy, with that strength in your voice, with the gratitude that you've shown and everything that you've done. You will, as a result, be more inspired to go after anything and everything that you so desire. Period, point blank. So those are the benefits that I've noticed up to this point. If you have any other benefits, I'm looking forward to doing this with people and interacting with them, interacting with you all in live time, in real life time, on Clubhouse, or actually bringing people up on the live very soon. But as far as right now goes, these are just going to be how the videos go until that time arises. I'll keep you guys posted in my story, so feel free to chime in on that as well. And yeah, we'll get to that. So we're going to get right into the method of what mirror work is, and that is mirror work is a method originally developed by an inspirational teacher by the name of Louis Hay, as a way of getting in touch with your inner self. The primary purpose of mirror work is to develop self-love, self-care, and a more meaningful relationship with yourself and others. The principles of this is to use affirmations that feel authentic to you. It's important to have these affirmations authentic to you, that fit your mold, just purely because of the fact that if it doesn't, again, if you're not finding your voice, if you're speaking from somebody else's space, you're not going to feel it. It's not going to feel authentic. It's not going to feel genuine. So it's important to have affirmations that feel authentic to you and fit within your mold for that pure purpose. You want affirmations that fit your mold, that apply to you, so that way you feel it, that way you feel the results and get to receive the results and the blessings that are meant for you. Next principle is to dedicate at least 5 minutes a day. It's important. 5 minutes goes by very quickly. I would definitely increase that time, but I feel like because of everybody's, depending on what your schedule is like, it's important to at least dedicate at least 5 minutes of time, just so you can go ahead and just look yourself in the mirror and say these affirmations to yourself. Do mirror work in private. This is the third principle. Do mirror work in private so that you aren't disturbed or feel the need to keep your guard up. It's important to be able to do this in private. What's poppin', Champagne? It's important to do this work in private so that you don't feel disturbed or that you don't have your guard down, because we tend to have our guards up when we're in different settings. We tend to wear a lot of different masks when we're code switching and stuff like that or whatever. But the purpose of doing this mirror work is to be able to be your authentic self, be yourself in its naked fashion, if you will. Not be disturbed, not have your guard up, just be you. Share what it is that you have to share with yourself with this mirror work, and just do you. And that's the third principle. Do this mirror work in private so that way you don't have to have your guard up. The fourth principle, it is important to understand that it's okay to feel emotional. Let yourself feel whatever it is that you're going to feel. Feel whatever it is that you're going to feel. If you're going to cry, cry. If you're going to be mad. But don't hold on to it. Don't bask in it. Just feel it. Take that moment, take those few seconds, take those few minutes, and then let it go. Release it. It's okay. Understand that it is okay. And then the fifth principle is to keep a journal where you can record any notable experiences. I love this just purely because of the fact that, like I said earlier before, and then I'm gonna say it in every video, you feel me? You are your best, you are the best storyteller of your life. It's important to note any experiences that you have upon this journey that you embark on, just purely for the sake of yourself, to see and witness your own growth. You want to witness your own growth, you have to look back at the journals, you have to document it. That's the only way you're going to be able to notice your growth. You can't expect anybody to tell you, hey, I noticed that you're changing. When you're changing, it's just not going to happen like that. So you got to be able to note these things yourself. Journal any notable experiences that you have while you're practicing this self-development and doing this mirror work. So that way you can reflect on it when you go back to your journal and see that, damn, like I've dedicated more time, or I noticed that I maintain more eye contact, or damn, I was pissed this day, or this, I felt hella awkward, or I felt silly when I was doing it at first. Now I feel more confident as I'm doing it. Note that. So that way you can witness the growth. That's the beauty of this. And so when you're creating your own affirmations, keep them phrased in a positive way. Very much so. You want them all phrased in a positive light. They don't always have to start with I am, but it's definitely important to keep them phrased in a positive way. You don't want them to start off with, I am not going to allow this. Instead, I'm going to allow this. You don't want any negative talk in any of the affirmations that you have. You want to have them just completely as, I am doing this, or I live with this purpose, or I do this, I do that, or phrase them all in a positive way. That's the way you want to do it. So, that being said, I want to give you the steps and how you can practice mirror work. And the first step is to commit yourself. Commit yourself. Deep changes occur when this is done consistently over a long period of time. It's important to commit yourself because we like to commit ourselves to a number of different things going on in life. You feel me? Whether you work in a job or you commit yourself to friendly projects or whatever the case is. But I feel like the most important project that you can commit yourself to is the project of yourself. You are your greatest project. You are your greatest work. You are the work of art that you should be working on. The greatest person you should commit yourself. Not the only, but the most important person, the most important project you should commit yourself to is yourself. So commit yourself. Commit yourself to doing self-work. Commit yourself to this work. Second step is to think about the best time of day that works for you. That can be morning, noon, or night. That can be right before you go to sleep. That can be right when you wake up. It can be when you taking a shit on the toilet, when you getting ready to go before you go to work. It can be whenever you decide that best time is for you. That's I feel like that is very direct, simple, and doesn't need too much explanation. But just think about the best time that works for you and stay consistent with that. So if it's going to be in the morning time, or if it's going to be in the afternoon time, if it's going to be right before you go to sleep, do it every night before you go to sleep. Spend 5 minutes in the mirror saying your affirmations. Do it every time before you go in the mirror. Train your mind with the routine as if you will with anything else. When you get ready to go to work, for example, you know you might have to be at work at 8 o'clock. that's your routine because you're going to work Monday to Friday or however your schedule is at a certain time consistently, do yourself the same way. Keep a solid routine for yourself right before you go to sleep, if that's going to be the case, right when you wake up or right after lunch or however you're going to do it. Select the best time that works best for you and maintain that consistency. Hold yourself accountable for that. You'll see a lot of you'll receive a lot of results that way. Third step is to choose or create your own affirmation. If any of the affirmations I share with you don't resonate with you at all, or if any of the affirmations I've shared with you up until this point from previous videos don't resonate with you at all, create your own. I still encourage you to create your own. Even if any of the ones that I do share with you resonate with you, still create your own. Tweak the ones that I share with you. Create your own, because again, it's going to lead right back to the authenticity of yourself, of fitting your mode. We are all experiencing life. We are spiritual beings experiencing life. I feel like this is a dope t-shirt now that I'm actually like, that was an alignment right there. Like, if y'all know anything about Leimert Park or Crenshaw and Stocker for that matter, you feel me? I'm in Los Angeles, California, where I reside. This is a painting, this is a mural right here off the Liquor Bank, and then y'all just got to check out the quote. The quote is on the back of my shirt, but I'm not going to recite the quote or nothing like that because I don't know it by heart, but I do know the start of it, of just saying, do we not remember that we are spiritual beings experiencing life? And so with that being said, I want you, when you're creating or sharing your own or choosing your own affirmations, to make sure that they're authentic to you. Lisa Marie, what's popping? That's the third step. So the fourth step is to repeat your affirmations. Repeat them at least 10 times a day. Repeat them, be sincere, and look yourself in the eye. Say your name if you wish to. When you say your affirmations, say shit. If you healing, if you say I am healing, if that's your affirmation for the day, I am healing. RJ, I am healing. Whoever you are, whatever your name is, say your name. If you feel the need to, just do it. But repeat it. I prefer you to repeat it out loud, because I mean, you can say it in your head, but I feel like you repeating it out loud to yourself allows you to be able to hear. And then again, that plays back into what I shared with the benefits earlier of honing your voice. It plays a factor into hearing yourself say it, you feeling it, and then you actually repeating it again and again to yourself, to where it becomes more unbelievable for yourself. My God, what's popping, Dwight? So repeat your affirmations with feeling. Say it to yourself 10 times out loud, preferably. Challenge yourself. Don't say it to yourself in your head. Say it to yourself out loud. Say it 10 times or more. Spend 5 minutes in the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and be sincere with it. Be sincere and say it. That's the fourth step. The fifth step is to embrace any emotions that arise. It's okay to feel upset. It's okay to feel the need to cry if that's what you want to do. You are releasing old ways of being, and that is powerful. Self-work is the best work. Self-love is the best love. What's good, my guy? You just chimed in on a great live right now, so just go ahead and rock with me. And so embrace any emotions that arise. I feel like that's very important. And as a disclaimer for my fellas, especially, I always share this in every video, but we're very much conditioned to perceive being stoic as the highest form of masculinity, of being the man, being very manly and all that good stuff. But in actuality, I've said it before and I'll say it again, that is a way of being emotionally distant and repressive of the emotions that we have. So being stoic is not necessarily the highest form of being manly, when in actuality, like I said before, you're being emotionally distanced, and that will display itself. It will show in the relationships that you have with your friends, families, and your loved ones, intimate relationships that you have with your partners. It will show. It will show. I'm a walking testament of this. I was like, definitely. I've been conditioned. I can't say all men are, but I will say that a good majority of men have been conditioned to believe that being stoic is the highest form of being manly, when you're actually being emotionally distant and repressing the emotions that you have. So allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you're going to feel, and embrace it and let it go. I think that's beautiful. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into the affirmations. I hope that these do something for you like they've done something for me, because I was hype as I was writing them down this morning. And before I even got on this live, I was just too hyped. I was too stoked. And I was like, man, this shit is about to hit, boy. For real, for real. So the first affirmation of the day is that I am allowed to make mistakes. 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 We are creatures of habit. We are subject to error. These things happen. We make mistakes. The important thing to know is that we can improve. We can learn from these mistakes. We are also constantly learning if we so choose. Some people, they make mistakes and they don't choose to change. But it's important not to bask in that mistake too. Don't bask in the mistake that you made with negative talk. Do not do that. Bask in the fact that you made a mistake and you're willing to make an effort to learn from it and move forward. That's the beauty of the mistakes that you make. You know how many people that we look up to that are successful in our eyes, in the public view eyes? Beyonce, Jay-Z, P. Diddy, Bill Gates, these people that we view as successful, how many mistakes they've made to get to the point that they're at, and how many mistakes that they're still making right now. Like, they still make mistakes, but they don't bask in those mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to know that you are allowed to make mistakes. Just learn from them. Don't bask in them with negative talk. Learn from them, move forward, and keep going. Quick note, let me read that real quick. I have to head into work, but this has been great thus far. I am allowed to make mistakes. It's just what I needed to hear before clocking in. Thank you. Please save this video. Will do. I'm going to share this with you as soon as I finish. I got you. So, I am allowed to make mistakes. That is the first affirmation for y'all to know. Again, if any of these resonate with you, take them for yourself. These not mine. You feel me? I write them and they come from the spirit. You feel me? I hear them from other people sometimes. You feel me? Some of these affirmations that I've heard, I hear them, I tweak them myself, and I rewrite them in my own fashion to make them authentic to me, and then I share them with y'all for y'all to do the same. So this first one right here, I am allowed to make mistakes. I feel like this one hit for real, because again, I'm a walking testimony and basking in my mistakes and coming with negative self-talk when I'm like, damn, I fucked up. Damn. And then that becomes a snowball effect where you continue to make mistakes, and then you don't have time to recover, so understand that we are subject to make mistakes, we're subject to error, but then not to bask in those errors, not to bask in those mistakes, and then to use those people that we view as successful, use those people as examples. Like I said, Bill Gates, Jay-Z, Beyonce, P. Diddy, they still make mistakes. We view them as successful people, right? They got plenty of money. They look like they got all the things that we look like we want and stuff like that, or whatever the case is, the happiness, the money, cars, clothes, all that shit. They still make mistakes. They've made mistakes to get where they are, and they still making mistakes, but they learn from them, and they're still doing the things that they need to do to still continue to be successful and thrive. So that's the first affirmation. Second affirmation, I feel like this one was very good because we are all, again, spiritual beings having a life experience, and we are all walking forms of energy. Our vessels house so much energy that we can put out into the world. So this affirmation here is, I am a powerhouse. I am a powerhouse. I am a powerhouse. I am a powerhouse. It's important to understand that. You are a force to be reckoned with. That can be an affirmation too. I am a force to be reckoned with. But I am a powerhouse. I feel like we are all forces to be reckoned with. You house so much energy and so much potential within you that you may not have even tapped into that potential yet. But it's important to. It's important to tap into the potential and energy that you have and understand that you are a powerhouse. You are a force to be reckoned with. You have so much to give to this world, so much to provide into this lifetime that people are waiting for. You have so much influence, so much power, so much energy, so much inspiration that people deserve to receive that. Don't hold on to your gifts. Pass them, share them on. Share your gifts because you're a powerhouse. It's going to continue to be there for you. Round the way, girl, what's poppin'? Third affirmation I'm sharing with y'all today. And this one, I ain't even gonna front. This sent chills down my spine as I was writing this, because this is good. This shit good. I'll be thinking about all the memes and shit. I'm a nerd, don't trip. You feel me? It's all good. But this third one right here. I live empowered, accountable, and responsible for my desires and needs. I live empowered, accountable, and responsible for my desires and needs. I live empowered, accountable, and responsible for my desires and needs. I think that's very important to know, because when you hold yourself accountable, you hold yourself responsible for the desires and needs that you have within this lifetime and this life experience that we have in, you feel a sense of liberation. You feel free. You feel very much empowered to go after and do the things that it is that you want to do, purely because you're holding yourself accountable. You're not placing that responsibility on any other entity, not on the society, not on the government, not on somebody else. You're not placing that on them. You're not holding them accountable to fulfill the desires and needs that you have. You're holding yourself accountable and responsible for those desires and needs that you have. And as a result, it's very much empowering, because when you go after and do the things that you want to go do and you actually accomplish the goals that you want to accomplish, that is a very, very powerful feeling. That is a very empowering feeling. It's very liberating. So again, that affirmation is: I live empowered, accountable, and responsible for my desires and needs. This fourth affirmation. This affirmation came to mind when I was actually reading this book. Y'all can read it. Y'all can look it up whenever y'all get a chance. But this one right here is called The Way of a Superior Man. And this one, it basically touches on ways to kind of get in tune with your masculine and feminine energy. And so this affirmation I'm about to share with you is: I am in tune with my divine masculine and feminine energy. I am in tune with my divine masculine and feminine energy. It's good to have a sense of balance, duality. You got to have that. As I mentioned before earlier, with the principles and the steps of practicing this mirror work, for the disclaimer that I share with my fellas, to embrace the feelings that you have. That's actually you being in tune. You feel me? Being more in touch with your inner self, being in touch with your feminine energy. You feel me? Like allowing yourself to feel whatever it is that you gonna feel. It's not to say that you feminine or in a negative light. It's not a negativity. It's not a negative connotation for you to feel or to be in touch or in tune with your feminine energy, and vice versa for women. It's not a negative connotation for you to feel in tune with the masculine energy that you have. In fact, that's very much empowering. And so I feel like this affirmation is very much for that purpose. I love this one. So I am in tune with my divine masculine and feminine energy. And the fifth one, Twix Mix, was popping. The fifth one, the last one I'm going to share with y'all today, the fifth affirmation I'm going to share with y'all today is, I know I say this every episode, like this is like my favorite, or like this the best one, or whatever the case is. I love to close out with a strong affirmation, though. I love to close out with strong affirmations. All of them are powerful, but I love to close out with strong affirmations. And if this was like yesterday, how I said like, the affirmation I shared with y'all to close out with the I can and I will, if that was in my top 5 and that was like my top 3, this one is also in my top 3. So I probably got one more, but I'm gonna probably end up saying it like another couple more episodes anyway. But this one right here blows everything out the gate straight up. And this affirmation right here is: the only approval I will ever need, the only approval that I will ever need is my own. The only approval that I will ever need is my own. The only approval that I will ever need is my own. You don't need the approval of nobody else. You don't need nobody to approve the things that you about to go after, the desires, the needs, the projects that you want to go after, that you want to accomplish. You don't need nobody to tell you that it's okay for you to go after that job or go after that career or explore that project that you've been wanting to explore, or do research on this information that you've been wanting to do research on. You don't need nobody's approval for that. The only approval that you will ever need is your own. Approve yourself to do anything and everything that you want to do, because you can and you will. Do anything that you put your mind to. The only approval that you'll ever need is your own. So approve yourself. You deserve it. You are deserving. You are deserving of your own approval. So, just a real quick recap. I share with you all the method of what mirror work is, the principles of mirror work, the steps of what mirror work is. I gave you my purpose of this series of what my purpose of what I like, my hope of what you will get from this series, and what I welcome as far as the series goes. And I also share some benefits with respect to what I've noticed in myself when I'm practicing this mirror work. In addition to that, I've also just shared 5 affirmations with you. The 5 were: I am allowed to make mistakes, I am a powerhouse, I live empowered, accountable, and responsible for my desires and needs, I am in tune with my divine masculine and feminine energy, and the 5th one is: the only approval I will ever need is my own. I hope that this video did something for you. I hope these affirmations do something for you, if anything. And I hope you can take one of them, if not more, away and apply it to yourself. Again, these affirmations are not on hold or not shackled in jail or nothing like that, and I'm keeping them hostage. You can have them, you feel me? Use them for yourself, tweak them, make them authentic to you and fit your mode, and make sure that you follow those principles and those steps and stay consistent with this work, because you will notice changes within yourself if you haven't noticed any within myself, because I've been noticing it, because I've been documenting this journey as I go along. So I want you all to have a blessed day. I want you to have a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day because you're alive. That's why it's a beautiful day. And I want you to continue to have a beautiful day. Make this day your bitch, beautifully insightful, then change history. Stay blessed, stay grateful, and I will see you in the next video. I love y'all so much. Take care. Peace.